Alright, we're back. A-Class. Xbox side of the championship. MXvsATV TriCross finals. Hosted by MXO Sports. About to get A-Class underway in just about 40 seconds. Fastest guys in the game on the Xbox side of the console. Ready to duke it out. Foo-Boy. Glizz. Ready to see who's got it. Coming into the round, Glizzy's got the red plate from winning the Dream Race. Gonna be interesting to see if anybody can step up and beat one of those two in a moto and shake things up a bit. 7 seconds to go. .30-second board is up. Foo-Boy off the start. Looks like somebody invited Tigre and Quakes, two riders that are not supposed to be in the lobby. Looks like it is Foo-Boy and Glizz, 1 and 2. To be expected. The question is, who is going to take it? 10 laps to go. Foo-Boy coming through in the number 1 spot. Actually, I take that back. Glizz coming through in the number 1 spot, followed by Foo-Boy, MX Squid, close behind. Foo-Boy with some troubles coming together with that pole. Blood Baron in 7th currently. Cuba in 4th. Down goes Squid. Cuba going to make that pass. FPK Spectre in 5th on the KTM. Glizz currently leading the way here on High Point, holding that red plate. Foo-Boy close on his tail, trying to make a pass on lap 2. Squid was right up with those top two. Made a mistake, now currently sitting in fourth behind Super Cuba. Squid, FPK Spectre getting around the number 3 of MX Squid. Squid gonna get reset. Doritos currently in 8th. Fuboy taking over the lead. Going on to lap 3 of 10. Where is the number 2 of Gliz? Falling off the pace just slightly, 4.7 seconds back. Can Gliz regroup? Make that pass back on the number 1 of Fuboy. Blood currently in 7th. Trying to track down the 6th place rider. Cuba 3rd. And Doritos has left. FPK in 4th, trying to make that pass for 3rd on Super Cuba. FPK Spectre railing that inside, making the pass for 3rd. Want to make note that FPK Spectre is another new MXO KTM rider out here killing it in the A class. Currently 3rd behind 2 of the fastest guys in the game on any console, Gliz and Fuboy. Squid bouncing back quick on that Suzuki, trying to get around the number 4. Gliz in 2nd. Fuboy looks to be pulling away. Squid on the inside nearly takes the position away, but Spectre holding strong. Fuboy currently on rails aboard that Honda. Guess I should make note that Fuboy is also an MXO rider, added to the Honda team by Tin Man. So Fuboy out here running up front. As expected, going to come together with that banner on that MXO Honda ride. Also mention that Gliz coming together with a banner as well, added to the MXO Cowie team. So 2 MXO riders out front leading the way. FPK Spectre in 4th, who's on MXO KTM, and Squid currently in 3rd, running the pace, trying to track down the number 2 of Gliz. Moving on to lap 5, Fuboy. Get a running order of the splits as they come through. Fuboy coming now currently on lap 7. Nope, just kidding. This is lap 5. Fuboy now on lap 5. Gliz 6 seconds behind. MX Squid falling off the pace slightly, now 15 seconds back. 9 seconds behind second place rider. FPK Spectre. Looks like, was that Blood? Blood currently in 6th. Trying to track down the number 4. Not too far back. Gonna put his head down. Push forward through the last half of this race. Try and make it happen. Super Cuba currently in 4th. Oh, slight mistake by Cuba. Trying to track down MX Squid. Get inside that top 3. Coming through the finish, Fuboy still out front leading the way. Number 2 of Gliz not letting him pull away too far, only about 6.5 seconds back off the leader. 3rd place still MX Squid. Number 4 is gonna be Super Cuba, still close on the back fender of MX Squid. Fifth place, battling it out, Blood and FPK Spectre. 4 versus 6, both riders on KTMs, and Spectre gonna get into the tough blocks. Where is Blood? Blood right there in 5th place. How far back is he from Super Cuba? Looks to be a little bit too far to make anything happen as of now. Going to need some mistakes out of the number 4 if he wants anything to happen. Currently Blood in 5th. Super Cuba 4th. FBK now in 6th. Gliz now on the back fender of Fuboy. Trying to make a pass going inside. Fuboy outside. Who's going to have it? Great battling going on between the number 1 and 2. And Gliz going to hit the barrier. Only about 2 laps left to go in this race. As Fuboy and Gliz battle it out for this Moto 1 win. Fuboy opening up that gap just slightly over Gliz in about 4.3 seconds as they come through the finish. 2 laps to go for these A-Riders. Both 1 and 2 absolutely checked out from the rest of the field. Squid still holding down that 3rd place. How far back is Super Cuba? Blood still in 5th. Cuba 4th. Where is MX Squid? Is he going to be close enough to get a pass moving? Only about a corner behind. Cuba's got him in his sights. Looks like Squid might have made a slight mistake. That's going to allow Cuba to inch just a little bit closer. And Fuboy taking that Moto 1 win. Gliz close behind. As they run, Fuboy taking the win over Gliz in 2nd. Squid with a solid ride in 3rd. Super Cuba just behind Squid. Not able to make it happen, though. Taking 4th. Blood 5th. FPK Spectre 6th. 7th is the other Baron. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Fuboy leading the way. Actually, I take that back. Fuboy in second, launching that entire rhythm section, trying to get around Gliz. Fuboy taking that Moto 1 win. Gliz close behind. Both riders back out front. Ready to battle again, now on lap 2 of 10. Gliz going to case the triple, Fu going to case the quad. Gliz going inside. Fuboy out. Fuboy now in the lead. Big mistake by Gliz. Blood currently in third. Great start by him. Number 6 on the KTM, close behind the number 1 and 2. OG helmet cam rider sitting inside the top 3. Trying to track down Fu and Gliz. See if he can make something happen. Squid and Spectre, number 4, number 3, duking it out. Looks like Super Cuba just in front of them. Just getting Super Cuba in 9th. Squid currently in 7th. Fuboy goes down hard, gonna lose position to Gliz and Blood. Gliz now leading the way on lap 3. Blood sitting in second. Mistake by Blood gonna cost Fuboy to make the pass back for second. Blood back in third. Fuboy gotta get going if he wants to try and catch Gliz. Squid in 5th. Gliz coming to the finish in 1st. Fuboy 7 seconds back. Gonna be tough to make up time on Gliz. Having a stellar performance right now. The number 2 with the red plate. Blood still holding down that 3rd place spot. Having a great ride here in Moto 2. Blood Baron with about an 8-second lead over the number 3 of MX Squid. FPK Spectre currently in about 6th. Cuba having a tough Moto 2 here on Toronto. Squid currently in 5th. Fuboy coming through the finish line, still about 7.5 seconds back off of Gliz. Gliz is not budging. Gliz now on about lap 8. Doing all that he can. Get to that finish line and get this Moto 2 over with. Go into Moto 3 tied with Fuboy. Winner takes all. Blood still holding down the 3rd place spot, having a great ride aboard that number 6 KTM. Looks like he's got Fuboy in his sights. Fuboy's not careful, he's going to have blood breathing down his back. Blood going to go down hard. Squid goes down. Fuboy still in 2nd. Looks like he might have caught up to Gliz just a little bit. Gliz possibly making some mistakes. Not going to be enough though, as Gliz comes through the finish line in 1st here in Moto 2. Both riders going into Moto 3 tied. Winner takes all. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back with Moto 3. Final moto of the day. Fuboy versus Gliz 1 and 2. Winner takes all. Number 6 of Blood Baron having a solid Moto 2, taking that third, helping him out in the overall. But it has been Gliz and Fuboy all day so far. Back and forth. Ready to repeat here in the final moto of the day. Gliz currently leading the way here in this 10-lap Moto 3. Currently Super Cuba 6th, MX Squid 7th. Dankopedia able to join us for this third and final moto. FPK Spectre in the mix, Blood Baron having to take that outside, and Dank making the pass. Cuba coming from out of nowhere, making that pass for third on Dankopedia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys going through that corner. And I believe that was Super Cuba. Just kidding, not Super Cuba. Not sure who that was that went down. Dankopedia, I believe. Blood Baron back in third, coming through the finish line, and it looks like Fuboy has made the pass on Gliz for that first place spot. Gliz firing back quick. Moto winner going to take the championship. Big battle going on between the number 1 and 2. All right, it looks like Fuboy taking over that lead, absolutely launching down that hill. Out front he goes through the finish. Moving on to lap 3. And it looks like big problems for Gliz. He is now about 4 seconds back. Gonna be tough to catch this MXO Honda rider Fuboy now that he is out front with a clear track ahead. How far back is Gliz? He's gonna be pushing. Does not want to give up that red plate. If anybody's gonna be able to catch number 1, however, it is this guy. Super Cupid now in third. 6th place looks like Dankopedia, the number 10. 7th, FPK Spectre. Blood Baron and Cuba firing up that hill. Both riders nearly side by side going into this S corner. Blood trying to make it happen, going up the Dragon's back. Just going to get edged out slightly by Super Cuba as Fuboy comes through the finish, moving on to lap 4 of 10. MX Squid in 5th, battling it out with Dankopedia. Boy opening up that gap by about 2 more seconds. Gonna be even more difficult for Glizz to bounce back and make something happen. Glizz looks like he may have closed the gap just slightly. Only about a corner down as both riders fly over the Dragon's back. Glizz almost going off the track. Come through the finish line, last lap, 6 seconds back. Glizz closing the gap, almost 2 seconds as they move on to lap 6. Glizz doing all that he can to try and track down the number 1. Super Cuba at one point was in 3rd. Now looks like he's fallen back 2 positions. Currently in 5th. 6th place, Dankopedia. 7th, Spectre. Blood now in 3rd. Currently looking at a 5.33 on the day. Super solid riding by Blood Baron. MX Squid close behind. Does not want to let the number 6 get away. Boy leading the way. On to lap 6 they go. Glizz losing a little bit of time. Trying to keep him in his sights. Not an easy task. Super Cube is still holding down that 5th place spot. Dankopedia close behind. Very close behind, trying to make something happen on the other Cowie rider. Doing all that he can. Dankopedia has the inside going in. Can he do it? No, Super Cuba going to be a little bit more smooth going through that corner. FPK Spectre, MXO KTM rider. Back here in 7th. Running with the fastest guys on the Xbox. Doing awesome out here in the A-Class. Blood Baron still in 3rd. Squid close behind. Does not look like the gap between Boy and Glizz has changed much. Just a matter of milliseconds between the number 1 and 2. Glizz most likely going to need a very big mistake out of Fu if he wants to make anything happen. Gliz holding it wide around that corner. Nearly flying off the track. Super Cuba still holding down 5th. Where is Dankopedia? Falling back just slightly. Spectre holding down the 7th place spot. Out here running with the fastest guys in the game in blood. Gonna fly off the track. Still in 3rd. Where is MX Squid? Flying up that hill. Closer and closer the number 3 is getting. Squid still got a little bit time left in this race to try and make something happen on the number 6 of Blood Baron. Only about a second separating the number 3 and 6. Fuboy still out front. Has Gliz made up any ground? Does not look to be the case. Both amazing efforts by the number 1 and 2. But you know that coming in this race, Fuboy was hungry for that win, that championship, after having a slightly rough go at the Dream Race, not getting the finish that he wanted. Came here to prove a point, now leading the way 9 seconds ahead of Gliz here on Rolling Hills Moto 3. Nearly flawless performance here in Moto 3. MXO Honda rider Fuboy killing it. MXO Cowie rider Gliz also killing it. Hard to match the consistency of that number 1. Super Cuba still holding down 5th. Dank not too far behind, gonna need a mistake. FPK Spectre still holding down 7th, showing everybody that he's got the speed. Blood Baron in 3rd. Stellar performance here in Moto 3. Awesome performance in Moto 2. Probably not the performance he would have wanted in High Point, but definitely making up for it here in Moto 3 as he is looking to potentially take that 3rd overall in the TriCross Championship here on Xbox. Fuboy coming through the finish line. Looking to be the last lap, and did Squid just go down? He sure did. Not sure what's happened to Fuboy. I believe I may have lagged out again. Looks like everybody's off, so we'll be right back. All right, looks like I did not make it back in time to get the finish, but Fuboy running that 129. Gliz running that 129 too. Stellar performance by both guys, but Fuboy going to take a dominating win here in Moto3. Gliz second, Blood third. Great performance by the number 6. MX Squid in fourth, Thankopedia fifth, Supercuba sixth. And a great return by FPK Spectre taking 7th here in Moto3, but it's going to be Fuboy taking that Xbox side TriCross championship. So that concludes racing for the weekend. Thank you to everybody for working with us on the lag issues, getting the stagger starts done. And congratulations to all the champions from throughout the weekend. And thank you to all you guys who tuned in, watched the stream, supported the guys. Much appreciated. And that's all. That concludes it. Thanks, guys.